Estamos de vuelta. Vamos a hacer hoy, como os decíamos, un directo, esta entrevista en directo con Chris de la cuenta para aprender inglés que se llama Instant English, alright, inglés instantáneo. Es un chico que es británico y que está afincado en Málaga y está teniendo un éxito increíble, pues en TikTok. Ahora nos funciona bien la conexión. Va a estar por aquí en unos breves segundos. All right, guys. So thank you everybody for being here. And
okay, I think it's good now. Hello, we're back.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. All good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Okay, can you speak a little bit Spanish, or basically you can do it in English only?
Bueno, puedo hablar en español, pero no soy muy fluido y tengo problemas. Tengo mi traductor aquí, entonces.
Yeah, you're pretty fluent. Good pronunciation.
But
you got it.
But in Malaga, it's different. It's all like it's a different. I have to start again, really, because I started in Peru, so so my Spanish was a bit different when I arrived here in Malaga. There was different expressions, so
it is. But let me introduce you a little bit to our audience.
Sure.
I'll speak a little bit of Spanish so they can get the hang of it. So, chicos, Chris y su cuenta que le podéis seguir se llama Instant English y tiene un canal de YouTube que ha crecido una pasada, tiene como 200 y pico mil seguidores, pero lo más sorprendente es su éxito en TikTok. En TikTok, es really successful, que tiene millones de seguidores y he revisado sus cuentas y crece como a 100.000 o 15.000 seguidores cada día. Es like 50,000 followers.
Yeah.
That is awesome. He's a real expert. He'll tell us better.
I'm a TikTok expert.
Or an expert on short videos and videos cortos. Hey, Chris. So, and we're gonna be talking. We have a list of questions here about. We're gonna be talking about English learning, about British English, and different things that you guys might like. And we're gonna be mainly speaking English, but every time we have an intuition that you guys cannot follow something, so I'll give you a little bit of a tip. We'll give you a tip on meanings and pronunciation, etc. So
you can help me.
All right, hey Chris, welcome. So how are you doing?
Yeah, good. It's not a very nice day in Malaga today. It's a bit cloudy and wet. I don't know how it is in Huesca. Is it similar there? Up in...
Not raining, but it is cloudy too. Yes.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's, so it's not a bad day. Got a lot of work, but it's always good to be busy as well. So
yes.
How is it at UTV? I imagine you guys are always full throttle, right? Always going.
Yeah. We're always recording videos and creating new stuff. And also, Carlos and I, we're always supervising the whole online marketing strategy, which is the real challenge. If you want to escalate, if you want to grow your business, our main task now is focusing on content creation, like you. But if you want to grow on your course and how you make it big, you need to focus too on your online marketing team and etc. That is the challenge. But anyway, we have people that help us on that, and it's
nice.
Hey, Chris, so tell us, when did you start working on social networks, TikTok, YouTube, you name it?
During the pandemic. So the beginning of the pandemic, I started on TikTok. My wife actually, she downloaded TikTok first, and she was, we were doing some dances and stuff like that to get through the quarantine. And then she saw someone who was teaching on there. She was like, "You can do that." And I said, "No, that's silly. Nothing will come of that." And then, a few days passed, and I ran out of books to read and Netflix series to watch. So then I just started making videos on TikTok, and it just exploded. So I was like, "Oh, I can do this." And then that's kind of how it started, really. Because I always wanted to do a YouTube or to have a YouTube channel, but how do you make videos? It's so hard. Where'd you start? Like, I have no idea. But on TikTok, it was kind of like a nice gateway to longer videos or other things.
Yeah. And it is, I bet it is really motivating on TikTok because you get started and all of a sudden it's like you have you know, a video that just goes off and it's explosive, so to speak.
I think the best thing was that I was in Peru and I was already working in a local school.
In the pandemic, you were in Peru.
Yeah, I was during the pandemic. I was in Peru. I was in Peru until the end of 2020.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to get here before Brexit, so I could move to Spain before everything changes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very happy with it. But yeah, so I luckily I was working in a school, so I was already a little bit famous in my area because I was the only teacher from abroad. Everyone else, all my colleagues were Peruvians.
Oh wow!
So I already had like a little bit of mini fame, and then when people saw my videos, it kind of helped to push it locally.
Yeah, helps. Yeah.
And then it just carried on. But I like TikTok a lot. It's fun. I'm addicted, I think. Are you guys on TikTok?
Say it again.
Are you guys on TikTok too?
I have a personal account because I started on my own. That's growing pretty fast, not as fast as yours. I have close to 200,000. Then we have a corporate account too. That is a little bit slower, but it's growing. But yes, we'll have to kind of replicate your tricks because you're a master on that.
I'm
I double checked today. Double check is comprobar otra vez.
Sí.
I checked again today, and you grow on Social Blade, which is a website. Yeah, Social Blade tells you the growth, your competitors, everything, and it tells you exactly how much you're growing, etc. And it says you're growing at a rate of 15 or 16,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok per day.
Oh, I had no idea. I just
yeah. And so
I have to check it out. Social Blade.
Social Blade.
Social Blade. Okay.
It tells your growth and your competitors on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. So it's useful.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah. So congratulations on that. And also,
thank you.
YouTube, you're growing a lot out of those short videos, right? The same videos you publish on TikTok, then you're publishing on YouTube.
Yeah, I put them onto YouTube, and I've been doing that since I came to Spain. So I've been posting my TikToks onto YouTube Shorts for 1 year.
Yeah.
But then in December, again, it just exploded, and so now I had maybe 10 or 12 videos into the millions. I don't know what happened.
I saw it like 5, 6, 7 million.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Yeah, so I was trying for a long time. So. That was my main focus. Yeah. Very jealous of you guys.
It is very difficult to grow like that on YouTube. So yeah, apparently you're successful there too. Absolutely. And how long have you been in Málaga? ¿Cuánto hace que has estado en Málaga? ¿Llevas un año o así? ¿A year?
Un año, sí. Me mudé aquí en octubre de 2020. Entonces, es 2 años, ¿no? 2 años.
Yeah. 1 year and a half going
so,
on.
Yeah, it's going very quick. It's flying by the time. I keep.
Y tu nivel de español del 1 al 10, que estábamos hablando de un nivel 5, ¿no? Aproximadamente 6.
No más de 6. Tenía 7, creo, en Perú porque no tenía responsabilidades, como ahora tengo TikTok, Instagram, etcétera. Pero antes solo trabajaba online con mis clases o en la escuela, entonces tenía mucho más tiempo libre. Ahora no tengo nada, entonces no hablo mucho, desafortunadamente.
Hablas bien, español. Tienes buena pronunciación.
Gracias.
Yeah. And do you think that learning Spanish has a repercussion on the way you approach English teaching? Because do you teach English mainly with the Hispanic population in mind, or you don't do that?
It's probably 50-50. So I have a couple of contracts with companies in Spain.
Oh wow!
So I just teach the company. Do you know what I mean? I try to help the employees to communicate with their other foreign employees.
Yes. Okay.
So I teach them quite a lot in the mornings and the afternoons.
Oh, wow.
But I also have other students from abroad, like China or etc. But yeah, I keep it in mind. I do try and keep it in mind because a lot of the problems are reoccurring. So, you know, the common errors. So I can see I can see them coming already when people start to make some errors. I can say, okay, you're trying to say this because I've had the same problem the other way around.
Absolutely. You have their view, and that helps you not only correcting mistakes, but also predicting them, right?
Yeah, I think I think it's really good if you, for any language, just because you have that same struggle, you can understand other people. I never really like it when some of my previous colleagues just speak English, you know. I also worked in Japan, and I had a colleague who had been there for like 20 years, and then he didn't speak any Japanese, and I just thought, you got to try a little bit, you know.
You need to try, and especially so that you can again help them with their struggle. That's a struggle. It's like como dificultad, right? Struggle or obstáculo, no? Struggle. And yes. All right. So and do you have an online course aside from what you do on social networks? Do you have an online course, or what do you do aside from the free content you create?
Mainly I have classes. So I have private classes, and also I have a group class based on conversational activities, really, because I feel like a lot of stuff is grammar, right? A lot of people who I speak to have done grammar for years and years. So I want to try and create somewhere where they can just use it, you know? I don't know about your experience in school. Did you study English in school, and did you speak a lot or not?
I did French back then, because I didn't study formally, and I was failing, you know, year after year from grade 6 all the way to college, and I was a lost case for, you know, learning languages. But then I did it just the other way around, practicing on my own, and then I created, you know, I found out I had a kind of a gift for languages, just out of doing things opposite from of what they have, you know, I have been doing at school. And again, what you say, it was just grammar and filling out the gaps, and you know, listening activities and all that stuff. And that's comfortable. I understand that's comfortable for the teacher, because it's okay. Go to page 35. Go and
just play
the days of the week, or the hours, you know. And but then it's for learning purposes, and for what the motivation for the student is, you know, is zero. So then and again, we do the same. We have a method which is opposite. It's just the opposite of what it used to be at schools, at least. So
oh, nice. Okay, so you have your own course as well. Well, I think I've seen it.
We have basically we started this online adventure and back in 2016 with YouTube. And then in 2018 we created an online course that is recreating what we had been doing at our schools, because we, like back in 2010, Carlos and I created a YouTalk, which was physical academies, and yes, we did this conversational method that we created based on our experience, but teaching thousands of hours in physical books. And out of those books, we created an online business, an online course, which is basically pre-recorded lessons, but they sound, they look, they feel, they have the look and feel of a real class. It is really
nice.
And so we don't have to hire teachers. It's all pre-recorded, but the students can take those classes anytime, anywhere. And then
it's flexible.
And the only teachers is Carlos and I. And it's awesome, because customers are really happy. We have almost 9,000 students around the world, but we don't need any other teachers. It's cool, and you don't have to deal with that. But also the quality is kind of guaranteed. So that's
fantastic.
That's what we have. So going back to your classes, you have one-on-one classes, you have groups, but in person. It's not something you do online, or you do it online too?
Yeah, everything online at the moment, apart from the company classes I have here in Malaga. But yeah, I'm working with another company at the moment to produce an online sort of flexible pre-recorded class.
Yes.
So I'm working on that at the moment, but it's something I wanted to do, but you know, there's only so many hours in the day, you know, with
absolutely
3 different accounts.
A lot of companies and people are approaching to you offering cooperate.
Yeah. I need a brother. I need a brother like you. That would help me out a lot.
Yeah, that's something I recommend, is we cooperating a lot, and we just distribute a lot of stuff and supervision, and that it really comes in handy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Partner or something. Okay. Nice. And also, what are the what have you found the most common most common difficulties that we have when it comes to learning English, and specifically British English, because it's mostly your specialty, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I normally would say that the problems I have, or the problem students have in Spain, are sort of the vowel sounds. So like short and long sounds, I think it's quite common. And other things would be consonant clusters. So like I had a student today from Madrid. He had difficulty with sword, because he saw the S and the W, and he was trying to say it like sword or something. So I think
the influence of written English, right? It's such a bad influence.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Can you just give me 1 sec? Just noticed my wife has commented that she forgot her keys. Could you give me just 1 second?
No problem. Yes.
Apologies. 1 second.
Bueno, chicos, un momento que está aquí Chris, que le ha surgido un pequeño imprevisto. Pues ya veis. Espero que estéis entendiendo bien todo lo que nos comenta. Si no me decís, intentaré interrumpir y daros alguna cosa más. Pero aún le vamos a preguntar algunas cuantas cosillas más sobre el inglés británico, sobre la pronunciación, sobre la comprensión, etcétera, ¿vale? All right, so solo dadnos unos segundos, que ya va a estar aquí de vuelta. Pero bueno, sí, lo que decía, ahora estamos hablando de las dificultades mayores que tenemos nosotros los hispanos al aprender inglés británico en este momento. También le vamos a comentar sobre si a él le cuesta comprender el inglés americano, ¿vale? Y también si él percibe que, por ejemplo, a americanos o australianos les cuesta más comprender el inglés americano, ¿vale? Para que sepáis un poco las preguntas que le voy a hacer. All right. All right. Okay. So Chris is back here.
Sorry about that.
We were talking about the main problems that us the Spanish learners have when it comes to learning English. And you were mentioning a word, it was espada, right? Sword,
yeah. I don't know the Spanish. What was
espada?
Sword, espada.
Yes.
Yeah, that's you know, because I was thinking about today, and then he made that mistake, and I was like, that's a great example of how maybe Spanish speakers often see the words and they want to read it phonetically, which is, you know, lovely in Spanish, but in English we don't have that, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's basically learning 2 languages. You have to learn the oral, real English, and then the written English, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it can be quite tough. Also, I think one thing as well I thought about was the past simple pronunciation. You know, when you have words with the T, the id, or just a duh sound, often kind of thing.
Talked, yeah.
So that's a good one. I would often recommend students from Spanish-speaking countries, as well as Portuguese as well. I have some Brazilian students who have issues with that.
Yeah.
What do you remember any struggles you had learning? I mean, now it's amazing, obviously, but before, did you?
Well, yeah, a lot of them, is like you said, is by the influence of the written English and also the home language. let's say we have a whole system that it says we have for pronunciation, we have created 5 key letters and 10 semi-key letters. And the 5 key letters, I don't know if you agree, but it's the R, the
right.
the R, like they say paper, and then we train them
Right.
paper in British English, paper.
Right, yeah.
It's more difficult. Guess what? In Spanish, we say paper, but in American English, there's still an R. It's still there, paper.
Yeah.
And your British English is not there. It's like an intonation like paper, Harry Potter, right?
Yeah. That's a very good one. You sound just like me. Is that how I sound? It's terrible. But yeah, no, exactly. I've had the other way around. The R in Spanish is a nightmare for me sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially, I mean, it's okay in the middle of the word, like perro, for example. But in the front of the word, oh my God, it's really hard.
Like frog, rana.
Like recibir. It's very hard for me to say in a sentence.
Yeah, it is. So again, going back to that, so we have the key letter R, then the key letter L. Why? Because all our students then say pencil again, because they
right.
pencil or little instead of a little. And then another one, which is the short I, which is they tend to say I like it, and feeling or putiton and stuff like that. I'm exaggerating, but we tell them, okay, guys, try to make it short I like an E. And it's not technically like an E, but it's close to it, so they kind of get afraid of it. So we train them how to say, instead of I like it, I like it. And again, if you say it properly, you're not going to have any problems because you're native speakers. But we Spanish people, we have a hard time with that. And the moment an E, they go, I like it, put it on. And it's all right. And then we have another key letter, which is the SH. I know, she, they tend to say C. And then another one with DJ sound like job, June, July, jacket, as I say. And
that reminds me of another one, the PH as well, PH, I think, because I had my student today, the sword student, he had a problem with physical. I don't know. So when he saw the PHY, he was a bit unsure how to, get over that.
Yeah, there's no correspondence between, well, most like a lot of 50% of the times there's no correspondence between the word and how you say it. Yeah. So anyways, lots of problems. They constantly tend to be the same. So that's why we try to be systematic on it. And also understanding, because a lot of, because when we teach always and on our accounts, there are people saying, hey, you guys, but that's American, or that is British, or that is
right.
Say, guys, I cannot be like one of those imitators on TV that can replicate all kinds of languages. But especially with British English, there's constantly, oh, but that's not British, well, that's American. Do you find that do you always have trouble understanding some other types of English, like from Australia, from the US, from or do you basically with your British English you can get by everywhere?
Oh yeah, the British is the top, and then everything below is easy. No, I mean it is hard depending on where people are from. For example, I would say that Australian English is closer to British English, so I find it quite easy understanding people I've met from Australia. From the US, it depends. I've had some problems really with the sort of southern states.
Yeah.
And if I watch a series from that area or music, then I'm like, oh, I don't know what that means. What's that? You can get the gist.
Pero vamos a escuchar, porque fijaos lo que está diciendo Chris, que él a veces se pone una serie de Estados Unidos y depende de si es de la gente del sur y pillas, dice, I can get the gist. So puede pillar el mensaje, ¿no? Pero tampoco entiende todo. Porque and we have to make this clear, because learning English is an online an ongoing learning process that lasts forever. So much so, tanto es incluso él, que es un nativo, le cuesta entender.
Es la verdad, es la verdad.
That's a struggle.
También. Also, I have half of my family are from Ireland, the Republic of Ireland.
Ireland, yes.
But I was born in England.
Yeah.
So when I visit my family, for example, in Cork, some of them are from Cork, a little place called Bantry, and sometimes I have no idea. I have to really listen intently. You know, even as it's my family, still it can be a little bit problematic, especially after a few beers. You know, I have no idea.
Hard to keep up.
So it depends. I mean, you're always learning. I think, you know, I'm always learning about new words. I'm getting older now, 30. So all the new slang that's coming out, I have no idea. Like cap, you know, I had to learn what cap was. No cap from TikTok. Have you seen that? No cap?
No, I've seen that.
It's like a new slang. I didn't know. It means you're not lying. You say, no cap. I'm not lying.
Oh, right. So no kidding or something like that, yeah?
Yeah, I had no idea a year ago.
So that's important for our audience, que esto es importante porque para que veáis que incluso los nativos en inglés o incluso nosotros en español siempre tenemos que estar aprendiendo. Y porque la gente siempre queremos aprender en nada. Sacamos el título y ya. No, es toda la vida. Lo que pasa es que lo importante es que si te gusta, if you like the process, then who cares? If you like movies or TV shows on Netflix, who cares if it lasts, 10 or 20 hours? The more, the better. If you like to play guitar, who cares if you can learn it in an hour a day or 2 hours a day or all your life because you love it? So that is the key to it. You need to like it.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I feel about Spanish. For example, people, you know, ask me, how do I become fluent in English? And I just say, well, you have to enjoy the journey. That's the easiest thing, right? Find something in that language, in English, that you like talking about. In Spanish, I like to talk about different countries or football or different, but I wouldn't like to talk about the economy in Spanish. So don't learn vocabulary from that particular area. You know, that's the same. I think make it enjoyable. That's the big problem people have. They just open a textbook and then, okay, I'm going to learn this. It's boring.
Yeah,
I'm not good, but it's not true.
Y los exámenes y los títulos. Aquí en España estamos muy obsesionados con el título y piensas que teniendo un B2 o un C1 ya...
sí.
No, es que te tiene que gustar.
Sí, depende el tema, ¿no? Depende.
Y mírate
que te
tú,
gusta.
Fíjate tú cómo estás aprendiendo español. Está muy bien, ¿eh? La verdad es que fantástica fluidez y
más o menos.
Sí, y espera un momentito que te quería preguntar. Sí. Si tú crees que la teoría que tenemos con nuestro curso, con mi hermano, es que si mejoras tu pronunciación, también mejora la comprensión. Es decir, we even have a slogan, a motto that says, "Some good understand better." So, I don't know, no sé si tú estás de acuerdo con eso.
Sí, estoy de acuerdo. Por ejemplo, bueno, para mí pronunciación es mejor o es un poco más importante que gramática, porque si tienes un buen nivel de pronunciación y un nivel más bajo de gramática, la gente puede entenderlo o te puede entender.
Sí.
Porque, so I think it's
feel free to switch back and forth. So speak
okay. I just think it's more important to have good pronunciation than not saying an accent, right? Not an accent, but just being clear.
Exactly.
Because, you know, I could say I survive in Spain with, you know, 6 in let's say my level to 10. So I can go to the shop and I feel comfortable asking for anything. But maybe I sound like a baby, but you know, I can express. That's the main thing. Communicate. Quiero eso. I want this. I need toilet, or, you know, whatever it could be.
Whatever.
So I think that's important.
And the thing is, here in Spain, traditionally, pronunciation and fluency has always been neglected completely. So our approach is, I mean, you can get by saying, I don't know, putiton, whatever. Everybody's gonna get to understand you, but when you get to the real world, they say, okay, put it on. So it's like different language that maybe everybody's gonna get to understand you, but you're gonna have hard time understanding everybody because of that. And for like
sorry,
no problem. Or the other thing, like it is what it is. No, you could say it is what it is, and it's all right. But when you go to, even in England, they say, oh, it is what it is. So it sounds like such a different way of.
This is interesting because when I was in Peru, and there were many teachers from Peru. How many were there? I think in the school there were about 100, and then me. So the whole time they were learning English with that accent. So when I started teaching, they had to get accustomed to me. It usually took about a week for them to get used to my accent or to my pronunciation because it was different. But yeah, how would you feel with pronunciation in terms of in Spain? You think it needs to be focused on a bit more?
Oh yes, I don't know what it is like now, but back in the day, it was just like I said, totally neglected, and English was not spoken in the class. It was never corrected, and so yes, we think it is important again because the better you sound, the better you're gonna get to understand not only pronunciation of words, letters, and words, but the way you guys link them, put them together like a single word, like most. 90% of the times you guys don't say talk to him, much less talk to him. But even if you say it properly, talk to him, you guys say talk to him. Exactly. What do you want me to do, which is perfect, but you say what do you want me to do? And it's not, it might be little nuances between British and Australian and American, but the common thing is you guys put the whole thing together. So the sooner we train our students on how to do it, the real thing, then the better they're gonna get to understand. That's our approach. Maybe it's too strict, but I think it works.
No, it's good. I think it's great to focus on that. It's good because it's something, especially if you're not native, and that's why I think many countries that I've as well. Like when I taught in Japan, the teachers there weren't happy to do speaking classes because they felt a bit insecure about it. It's hard, but you know, it's risky, I suppose, as a non-native. So, but it's good. It's the best thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think it's great.
Yeah, train people the real thing, real stuff, and then most likely when they go to the real world, they cannot see the connection.
Yeah.
Right? And yes, also, what is your day-to-day? What do you do on a daily basis? Creating content or teaching? Can you tell us about your schedule?
Yeah, so I normally start 8 a.m. and finish my classes. I start 8 a.m. and finish about 8 or 9 p.m. So 7 to 9. Not the whole time teaching. In between there, I normally squeeze in one TikTok video per day. So around 12, I normally have an hour to film a TikTok video, depending on the topic. I could normally film it in under an hour or sometimes half an hour, depends if I've done it before. And then on the weekends, really, that's when I have the chance to do YouTube videos, longer YouTube videos. So that's kind of, it's quite consuming at the moment. So I do need to get some help, really.
How do you prepare, your topics for your short videos? Do you just, when they occur something to you, take it down and then you take a look at it, you revisit it when you're going to record, or you come up with the ideas on the spot? How do you?
No, I have a list. I have a long list. Yeah. I've got a list on my phone, on my laptop, some different places. Basically, like today with my student who made the mistake with sword, or about physically. That kind of, I will make a note, and then later I'll think, okay, how can I make a pronunciation video presenting these words in a fun way? But that's where it normally comes from. Or yeah, I get inspiration. I wanted to mention that I took inspiration from one of your videos ages ago, a long time ago. You
Really?
did a video about this, that, those, these.
Oh, right.
I remember that was, I don't know when you first posted that, but I remember seeing it.
You mentioned,
And
you saying that referring to YouTube or a short video?
it was a short video. Yeah, it was
Oh,
a short
well,
one.
there might have been, I did once, like a few months ago, I created like a song and playing with drums and everything. Was it that? Remember this?
You had the different words here and here, like the,
It was
and I
like
thought,
that, these, those, snap your fingers. That, yeah, remember that. Yeah.
so I really liked that because I thought it's so visual. I always want to make it really visual, my videos. And I liked that, and I had it in my head for ages. So in the end, I did it with 7-Up and Coca-Cola. So
Okay.
I put the 7-Up and Coca-Cola here, and then I stood back, and then I was saying, well, I held one, and
Okay.
this is Coca-Cola, that is 7-Up. And,
yeah, Sesame Street style.
but that's kind of, that's where I get the idea of
Great.
somebody else's video, and then I think, okay, how can I make it, a little bit different or something comfortable for me?
Yeah. I've done that sometimes, but the thing is that now what I try is not to watch many creators like you.
That's good as well, yeah.
Because otherwise, like I try to come up with original content. But sometimes, yes, I take a look at several creators like you and stuff, but then I try to adapt it as much as possible, just not to look the same. But yeah, your content is really, it is a reference, because a lot of,
Thanks.
yes, a lot of you, I can see them over and over again from other creators, but after you've created them. And it makes sense, because you have more than 2 million followers. That is outstanding.
Yeah.
And what's your most successful video so far, if you know about it?
I think there's one that I do like 4 or 5 words. And like, can you pronounce these words, like a interactive video, and I'm on the chair first, and then I find another position lying down on the sofa, and
yes, I've seen that one.
Yeah, for some reason I just did it one time, and then I thought, okay, I don't know what's good about this video, I'm not sure, but so
you go like that, lying down, and
so I just do the same, just to kind of not lose the magic.
Yeah,
for some reason
it has, I guess, like 9 million views, something like that, on YouTube. The short video, I checked it
yeah,
out.
that's the one that went crazy in December. So I think I've done 4, maybe probably 8 now or something. My wife tells me that I'm boring, but apparently I just carry on. I think
it works. That is, I'm telling you, it is more and more difficult to grow, especially on YouTube, and it is surprising, because you can see many people like you, not many people like you, but like successful creators on Instagram or successful creators on TikTok, but they have a hard time growing on, YouTube.
Yeah, it's hard.
Passing more than 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers, but you're killing it. Yes.
Thanks. I need to improve. I need to. You guys, how many do you have now? 1 billion or?
Close to 1 million. We're 975,000. So 3 weeks we'll reach 1 million.
You get the gold plate, no? You can get the gold one.
That one. So it's been tough, but we're really yes, happy, and we are. Yes.
And you guys go to the YouTube headquarters all the time. Very jealous. Yeah. Next time you're there, just drop my name if you want.
We'll suggest that you come to give talks and everything. Not now, but before the pandemic, we had contact, close contact.
Really?
With the YouTube team, and they were, yes, we were taken to Barcelona, Madrid, London, a couple of 3 times. Even they took us to Brazil to a convention, and
wow.
So I don't know if they'll reactivate that again eventually, but yes, hopefully they'll call us, and
it's not bad, yeah.
We'll bring up your success too. Okay?
Just leave the phone open on my video. Just whoops, what's this?
Yes, and yes, but again, we're really happy of and it's a privilege. It's an honor to have such an audience and a strong following that is supporting us. Because if it weren't because of that, if it weren't from that, it wouldn't be possible. So, anyways, just let's almost finishing here. But what recommendation would you give our audience to improve their English and make the most of it?
Well, I would say, you know, it's hard, but yeah, finding someone to speak with so you can solidify anything you learn. That's great if you can. There are lots of language exchanges online, you know, if you want to find a friend. But also I found that just writing my thoughts down every day was really good for me personally in other languages. And I recommend that to my students, keeping a diary.
Oh, diary. Okay, cool.
Like a diary. And I usually would learn 5 new words in Japanese or Spanish.
And then take phone or whatever.
I just try to make it into like a story. Like, you know, okay, I woke up today and then if I was learning, you know, the conditional, I would say, okay, if I hadn't woken up early, I would have. And that way, when you go to have a conversation, you know, in a few days or a few weeks after, you have that sort of sentence in your head, you know, well, what do you do in the mornings? Or, you know, so I recommend just kind of writing down your thoughts, being creative. That's the main thing, be creative with the language. Because that helps you to use the language you learn, right? Rather than just exercises.
And to use it fluently, because if you take down full sentence or you try to create full sentences on a daily basis, then most likely you're gonna be able to pick them up or on the spot.
Yeah, and it will be there somewhere, you know, because you have already written it down, so it will pop out. You'll be well. I have been surprised. Sometimes I'm speaking and Spanish, and I'm like, oh, okay, hi. And I could do this with subjunctive, whatever it is, you know. I can speak. I can use the subjunctive. Nice.
I so it would. Fair enough. I can use it, you know, on the fly. Hey, Chris, just let us know how to find you on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, or whatever else you want to bring up.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, on YouTube, well, on everything, on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, you can just search for my name, Instant English, Instant English UK, just to be sure. But yeah, those are the platforms I'm on, and on each platform there's a link to my courses and classes if anyone wants to have a one-to-one or.
So now they can hire you, so to speak, on a one-on-one, or they're basically one-on-one classes, or they're also group classes.
There's also groups, on Sundays there are group classes for conversation.
All right.
The privates are normally tailored towards IELTS or just conversation. Or
so basically they can go to your Instagram or YouTube or TikTok and information or profile or whatever. They can find, or even description of the videos, they can find a link to your courses, classes, one-on-one or groups. And even eventually when you create a special course, they'll be able to find something.
Yeah, right. It's in the works. I just need to find more time.
Está como en trabajo. It's in the works.
Está en proceso. No sé.
Okay. Very cool. Hey, Chris. Hey, it's been such a pleasure. Your Spanish is great. Your English is better.
It needs work, but thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. It's been really fun. I appreciate it. You guys are legends in the YouTube game.
We're still learning from people like you that are so systematic and so creative. And those short videos, it is the tool of the moment now. They're all the rage. So it's you need always to pay attention to whoever is better can teach you, and we're humble about it. So we want to learn. And hey, let's talk again somewhere in the future. All right, and we can
definitely
something special, maybe about British, American English, or whatever the audience is talking or requiring. All right,
that'd be great. Yeah, wicked. That'd be brilliant.
All right, cool. So thank you, Chris, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks very much, guys. Take care, friend. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so thank you so much, chicos. Espero que os haya gustado y gracias por asistir. Y cualquier pregunta extra podéis dejarla también abajo en este vídeo que lo vamos a publicar. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.